Welcome to Briar's Music Showcase. I'm Briar Cisneros and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, there was no intro, no edits or anything. This is pretty stripped back. And the reason is because I'm doing something I have not done in quite some time, and that is a contest entry. So I can't remember the last contest I entered in, but every so often if I see a contest that seems interesting, then I'll jump onto it. Again, I don't really do much contest entries these days. But like I said, on the occasion, if there's something that interests me, I'll do it. And of course, I have great interest in this one right here because this is from the channel Soundlab Studios. And of course, I am great friends with the owner, of course, Garrett, who goes by Scott professionally, which I'll be saying throughout the whole video. So Scott decided to start up his own contest. This will be his second one, I believe. And basically, this was to celebrate his channel reaching 300 subscribers. Again, great accomplishment. I remember when I first got there, I did a whole video on that. And for Scott to celebrate, he's decided to host a contest. And of course, there is some prizes. There's first, second, and third. I'm going to sneeze right now, so bear with me. I'm leaving this in. So anyway, first place is going to be you get to request an album that, of course, the four of us, by four I mean Scott, Nick, me, and Jason, will review an album of your choosing. So we'll just, you can just let us know and we'll do it. Then second place, I believe it's going to be the Trippy Hippie. If you don't know the Trippy Hippie, then you're in for a good show. He'll review an album of your choosing. And third place, I believe you'll get a channel shout out. Hopefully I got those right. I did watch the video before, but if I am missing anything, I'll leave a link in the description to the original announcement so you can check it out for yourself, so you can know the rules from the man himself. So now let's get on to the main thing. So the contest here, the theme around this contest is simply about the 4 seasons. What? Oh, not this 4 seasons, but the 4 seasons? Oh, thank you. Forget what I said, not this 4 seasons, but those 4 seasons, fall, winter, spring, and summer. And so what you have to do, you have to pick an album that to you best represents that particular season. Could be many reasons. Could be when you first heard it, or just the sound of it reminds you of the season. And yeah, primarily you need one, but I've seen a couple people do 2. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with 1 just to make it easy. But yeah, it was kind of tricky, honestly. There were a couple seasons that were kind of hard to figure out because I don't always think like that, but this is definitely a fun exercise. All right, so let's just jump into it. So starting off, I'm going to start with fall because by the time I'm recording this, it is technically fall. Of course, in San Diego, there's only 2 seasons, only summer and winter. That's all you get. But anyhow, so we're starting with fall or autumn, and I'm going to go with Every Picture Tells the Story by Rod Stewart. When I think fall or winter, I always think kind of roots rock, kind of folky almost. And of course, this album is very much like that. Rod, again, with his very gravelly voice, again, has a very autumn quality to it for me. And of course, the album artwork has a very fall aesthetic too, with all the browns and the beiges, and on the back you have some orange. Yeah, very much, I think fall. I just always think fall when I think of this album. Again, you have songs like Every Picture Tells the Story, That's All Right, Maggie May, of course, was the big hit, and then you have Mandolin Wind, and I think that song pretty much sums up autumn to me. Just the old sound of it, just the mandolin playing. Again, just a very nice, cozy vibe, I must say. So yeah, that's what I'm going to choose for fall or autumn. So now we move on to winter, and I'm going to go with Wind and Wuthering by Genesis. So I think I've said in the past, this is not one of my all-time favorite Genesis albums. It kind of ranks somewhere in the middle, but I can't deny there's some good stuff on here. And again, it has a very cold atmosphere. And of course the album cover helps as well with all the fog. You have this tree here. Then you have a bare tree in the back. Again, very winter feeling. And even the sound of the music has a very winter aesthetic. I think it comes down to the sound of the guitars and the keyboards, which helps give it a very cold, very I don't know. It's hard to describe, but if you've heard this album, then you know what I'm talking about. It definitely has a freezing element to it, but still, solid album. Again, not one of my favorites, but there's some good songs like Your Own Special Way, Blood on the Rooftop, Afterglow, 11th Earl of Mar. A solid album, so that's what I'm going to choose for winter. Now we get to spring. Now, spring is kind of a similar thing. I always think kind of folky, a little bit of, not quite rootsy, but definitely more on the folk side. Maybe a little bit of country, but I decided to go with Rocky Mountain High by John Denver. The big difference between this and Rod Stewart is that this album definitely has a much brighter sound, and not to say that Rod Stewart doesn't have a bright sound, but definitely has a more woody feel. This one very brighter and definitely has a very open and very happy sound. Of course, it comes down to John's vocals, just a very pure voice, and that's something spring is kind of, new life, things are growing in, so new animals are born. So again, and the album cover too, just looks very, very nice. Just the green, and then all the water coming in, and even helps that there's a season suite on here, which has all 4 seasons. You have summer, fall, winter, late winter, early spring, and then it closes off with spring. So very fitting album, I must say, for the spring season. And then finally, close out, we have summer. And I went for something a bit more with a harder edge. I'm going to put quotations because it's not really their hardest album, but definitely a huge album for them. So I went with Def Leppard, Hysteria. Mainly it comes down to that's kind of when I bought it. I bought this, I believe, in the summer. I can't remember what year exactly, but I bought this at a Rite Aid back when Rite Aid was a big thing. I'm not sure if Rite Aid is still a thing, because I know the Rite Aid near my house closed down and they used to sell CDs, and lo and behold, this was there, so why not buy it? So yeah, again, it's just a very upbeat, again, just some great guitar riffs, some catchy melodies, and yeah, again, it mainly comes down because I bought it in the summer, so that's kind of why I decided to go with this album, but it's a fair reason, I think. So, and there you have it. Not too hard, honestly, not too hard. Just 4 albums, and just make a video, and boom, that's your entry. So, of course, thank you very much for watching this. Of course, I'll leave links to both Scott's channel and the original contest video, so you can check them out. Please subscribe to the Soundlab Studios. Again, I know we have a lot of good stuff coming in the works, so again, look forward to those, because I know Scott puts a lot of work into the videos, so it would be very much appreciated if you support him. Again, congratulations to hitting 300 subscribers. Good on you. Hopefully you'll keep going. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye for now.